Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers. Sharon and Nick spark. Also, another former couple may be heating back up while a newcomer's ties to Genoa City are uncovered on YNR. Check out the latest spoilers for the next 2 weeks on the CBS daytime drama. Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers. Valentine's magic for Sharon Newman and Nick Newman. Young and the Restless spoilers see Sharon Newman in a close moment with her ex-husband, Nick Newman, this week. Most likely, it happens on Valentine's Day. There is a pic floating around of Sharon and Nick dancing. Indeed, they look smitten. It seems that Young and the Restless has been hinting at a chic reunion for a while now. And fans might just get their wish this Valentine's Day. YNR 2-week spoilers. Phyllis Summers gets closer to Billy Abbott. While Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, might renew his love with Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, there appears to be a second old flame being revisited. Another photo is circulating and making a buzz. It's of Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, slow dancing with Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. So, they could very well find themselves swept up in a romantic moment. However, she later feels the need to set boundaries on Young and the Restless. Perhaps she's trying to be good because she knows Billy's seeing Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. She may not want to put herself in a messy situation. Indeed, that sounds nothing like Phyllis. However, she is trying to prove to everyone that she is a better person. On the other hand, Billy is with Sally in Paris this week on Young and the Restless. So, it doesn't seem likely that he'd have the chance to be spending time with Phyllis. Furthermore, many fans suspect she's only dreaming about sharing a special moment with Billy. Perhaps this makes her realize she still has feelings for him. And that could be why she needs boundaries. But knowing Red, she'll likely try to get Billy away from Sally. Young and the Restless next 2 weeks. Holden Novak's past explored. Additionally, on YNR, we get to learn a bit more about Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, and the connection he has to the town and the people in it. This week, he runs into someone he knows. So far, it's unclear how well he knows the person. But it will be interesting to see who it is and what comes from it. Perhaps Holden will be sticking around Genoa City for a bit. And his boss, Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, might be staying on Young and the Restless as well. However, he could be stirring up trouble. This week, Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, gets a warning about Damian from Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Also, Lily has a tense-looking run-in with Damian. Elsewhere, Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is on the defense. Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, takes action that could land her in hot water. Elsewhere on Young and the Restless, Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, is cold to Sharon. And Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziadei, faces a difficult decision. YNR is full of love, romance, drama, and action over the next 2 weeks. Don't miss a minute to see if this is the start of a new chapter for Nick Newman and Sharon Newman on the CBS soap opera. Genoa City is buzzing again. Not with corporate takeovers or custody battles this time, but with the kind of emotional electricity that only Nick and Sharon can create. Over the next 2 weeks, The Young and the Restless sets the stage for a slow, smoldering revival of one of daytime's most beloved love stories. But as history shows, nothing between Sharon and Nick Newman ever stays simple or safe. Week 1. Memories, moonlight, and missed chances. It begins innocently enough. Sharon finds herself working late at Crimson Lights, going over invoices and trying to distract herself from the silence that fills her nights. After Ray's passing, she promised herself not to get lost in grief, but lately, she feels that familiar ache creeping in. The cafe has always been her sanctuary, but now it feels more like a reminder of everything she's lost. Enter Nick. He drops by under the pretense of checking in on her, but everyone knows that Nick has been restless lately. Sally Spectra's distance has left him questioning his place in her world, and his frustration with the Newman family drama has reached its boiling point. Seeing Sharon, calm, grounded, familiar, pulls something deep within him. Their conversation starts light, reminiscing about Noah's new project and Faith's college plans. But as the hours pass, nostalgia takes over. Old laughter fills the air, and when Sharon's hand accidentally brushes Nick's, the spark that's been dormant flickers back to life. Later that night, as a thunderstorm rolls across Genoa City, the power flickers out in Crimson Lights. In the dark, Sharon lights a few candles, their soft glow dancing between them. Just like old times, she says with a wistful smile. Nick watches her, really watches her, and for the first time in years, he feels that undeniable pull. But before he can say anything, Sharon steps away, suddenly aware of the growing tension. "We can't," she murmurs, more to herself than to him. Nick nods, though the look in his eyes says otherwise. Week 2. Desire, Danger, and Decisions. The next morning, Sharon tries to focus on work, but her mind won't stop replaying the night before. She's never been one to deny her emotions, but this feels different. The chemistry is there, yes, but so is the danger. Every time she and Nick have rekindled their romance, something, or someone, has torn them apart. Can they really risk another heartbreak? Meanwhile, Nick confides in Victoria about the tension brewing between him and Sharon. Victoria, still tangled in her own emotional mess with Cole and Claire, warns him not to make decisions based on loneliness. "You and Sharon always find each other when you're hurting," she says. "Maybe it's time you both heal before you try again." But Nick can't ignore what's happening. When Sharon's car breaks down near the lake one evening, Nick rushes to her aid without hesitation. As he helps her fix the flat tire in the fading sunset, they share an unspoken understanding, the kind only people with a lifetime of shared history can feel. "Why do you always show up when I need you most?" Sharon asks softly. Nick looks at her, his voice low and sincere. "Maybe because I never really stopped caring." That confession changes everything. Back at her cottage, emotions overflow. Sharon admits she's been pushing away her feelings for too long, afraid of repeating old mistakes. Nick takes her hand, telling her he's tired of running from what's always been right in front of him. For the first time in a long while, Sharon allows herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, they were meant to find their way back. Slow and hesitant at first, but the years of history between them ignite like fire. It's tender, passionate, and laced with every emotion they've buried. Love, regret, longing. When they finally pull apart, both are breathless. "Nick," Sharon whispers, "this changes everything." He nods. "It's supposed to." The complications begin. Of course, in Genoa City, love never stays uncomplicated for long. Sally catches wind of Nick spending late nights with Sharon and doesn't hide her jealousy. She confronts him at Newman Enterprises, accusing him of running back to his comfort zone. Nick, torn between loyalty and honesty, doesn't deny it, and Sally leaves furious, vowing she won't play second to his ex. Meanwhile, Adam Newman notices Sally's distraction and sees his chance to reconnect. He comforts her, but his motives are anything but pure. If Nick's attention is on Sharon, Adam's ready to strike where it hurts, both in business and in love. Back at the cottage, Sharon wrestles with her emotions. Her best friend Mariah notices the glow in her face and presses for details. "You're falling for him again, aren't you?" Mariah teases. Sharon doesn't deny it, but she admits she's scared. "Every time we try again something happens. I can't lose him and myself in the process." Storm clouds on the horizon. By the end of the 2 weeks, their connection deepens, but not everyone is thrilled. Victor Newman, ever the patriarch, warns Nick not to get distracted by personal drama. He hints that Sharon's renewed presence might complicate Newman business, especially since her mental health platform has become a target for corporate sabotage. When Sharon receives an anonymous threat warning her to back off a new project involving Newman Media, Nick insists on staying close to protect her. What starts as emotional support soon turns into a shared mission, one that forces them to spend more time together, reigniting both their teamwork and their passion. The final scene of the 2-week arc promises something big. Sharon and Nick, standing side by side at Crimson Lights, aware that someone's been watching them. As the lights dim and the camera pans to a shadowy figure outside the window, Sharon grips Nick's hand. "Whoever's coming after us," she whispers, "they don't know who they're dealing with." Nick pulls her close. "Then let them try." The screen fades to black, leaving fans wondering if this time, the danger might bring them even closer, or tear them apart for good.